Well, if you want to upgrade or install a new version of gCADPlus, do start Crossover before you do that, and you need 2 steps to follow. Click on the bottle or container called gCADPlus metric, and then run the uninstall program. Here's the little icon to the right, so you double click it and it will run. Then select the uninstall tab, and all of the files that were used to install gCADPlus in the version that's currently running on the Mac have now been removed. But it's quite important to remove the bottle or container, and you do that by highlighting it, then come down here and select the minus sign and then click delete. So we've cleaned gCADPlus from this particular copy of Crossover. So the next step will be to start your browser and download the new version of gCADPlus. And if you click on Safari will do, and go to our website and to the download page, here you have a choice of either a metric version or an Imperial version. It's probably easiest and less fuss to select the zip version from either of these. So let's imagine that we wanted to install a new version, an upgraded version of the metric one. So we'd click here, and you'll notice up on the top right of the screen the setup file is being downloaded, and that will be downloaded and placed in my downloads folder. So if I come to Finder and click Downloads, we can see here's the file. It's still not complete yet. You may just be able to see the little timer changing. Once that's done, you can see what's happened. The installer, the exe installer, is now being released automatically. So now we go back into Crossover, and we're going to install a Windows application. The first step is to say browse all applications. It's going to be an unlisted application. Then we're going to select the installer, which we know is in our downloads folder. So we can double click it. There it is. And we'll use that installer. So we've told Crossover that we're going to use an unlisted application. We've selected the installer, the one that we are in control of, and we've got a bottle here, and I like to change the name here, and we'll call it gCADPlus 10.2 metric, just to indicate that that's version 10.2. We can put it in a container or a so-called bottle. It's good enough, I think, to leave it as Windows 7, and we'll say now install and finish. And what that should do is to install gCADPlus in this new bottle. First, there'll be some steps involved in creating the bottle, and then the install will then run. So we'll agree with that and just select all the defaults and install it, and it will run happily. So at the end of this process, you should have a copy of gCADPlus installed under Crossover. I would suggest you don't click that launch button, just click finish. Let Crossover do its thing, install and finish it all, and then we'll click done. So there we are. We have a new bottle called gCADPlus 10.2 metric. In there are 2 icons, one to uninstall the software and the other to run gCADPlus itself. I'll run it in demo mode for the moment, and I'll widen my drawing editor. You want to keep the drawing editor large enough to be comfortable, so I've stretched it. And to test it, do take one of the, say this formal rear garden or front garden will do, just take one of the sample files that's there, This sample one has a whole series of symbols preloaded, so you can use it to copy and move. It has an automatic plant schedule, but do check by using the library plants standard. Just pick one of the standard symbols and open it and insert it into the drawing. In it comes. Pop it down and use the measure tool just to measure that it's somewhere near a metre or 1,000 millimetres in canopy diameter. And at this point, we'd be pretty happy that we've upgraded our copy of gCADPlus and that everything is running smoothly.